Hey internet. Right, I'm back again. So firstly, a little bit of an apology. You know what, I've said it before, but life just sometimes gets in the way. And as regular viewers will know, I'm working for myself now on a part-time basis, along with a part-time job that I have as well. And, you know, I have to put in some effort. So that hopefully will you know, grow and become my full-time means of employment. More of a lifestyle choice than anything else, but you know, that's what I want to do. So apologies that there hasn't been a video for a little over a week. So where are we up to now? Well, still no news on the Z550. I'm going to email Tom a little later today and just see if he's got any update. It's been another few weeks since we spoke. I'd really like to get the Z550 back and really like to get it finished. But it'll be as long as it is, you know, but they've had it for a few months now, so hopefully it won't be too much longer. Obviously I get itchy feet like every other biker out there, motorcyclist, whatever you like to be referred to as. And you know, when I got the Transalp out last week, it really made me itch to get out on the bike. You know, and I've got these bikes sitting in the garage, I've got absolutely no excuse. The Transalp needs an MOT, but it's insured and taxed. Yeah, I think it is still. But I know it's definitely needing an MOT. And the blue and white 600, my favourite bike, is insured, MOT'd, and just needed tax. So I thought, well, that's going to be the quickest thing, so I'll get a bit of tax on that. And I did. I had to go to the office in Stoke last week, and it was such a lovely day. I thought, you know, I've got to go out on the bike. So I did. Let me just turn you around so you can have a bit of a look. So as a number of you will know, it had the terrible little indicators on it before. So I've finally got around to, and I know I wasn't going to do it until I restored the bike, or you know, did whatever I'm going to do to the bike. But I just wanted to get out on it. So got the full-size indicators back on. I bought some new lenses. I bought 4 new lenses, front and back. Also bought new bulbs as well, just to make sure they were as good and bright as they should be. They do look a little bit droopy, don't they? I'm not too sure why that is. I mean, they're the proper mounts, but I can't remember if they sat like that anyway. Do you know? Maybe drop me a comment in the section below if you do. But anyway, so it's got the original, you know, 4 proper original indicators on now, and they work a treat. So rewired them in, and jobs. Now, we did have a problem. The bike ran really well, and on my, well, it's 23 miles my commute is, so you know, it's not like I'm just nipping down the road 5 miles. And let me just adjust. So we did have a few problems. Well, one problem. The bike ran really well. However, it ran quite hot. I noticed that the fan was coming on quite often. And when I parked up at the office, there was a few drips of coolant out the bottom of the... well, it was running out to the bottom of the belly pan. And as you can see here, and if you can see that, I got home, when I got home in the evening, again, it was running hot, way off the red line, but the fan had been coming on quite a bit. I mean, it was a hot day anyway. However, it's never done this before, and it dropped a load of coolant. So the last thing we did to the bike really was well, what did I do? Can't remember. But the front fairing was off anyway, wasn't it? So, and the belly pan. So maybe I've trapped a pipe, maybe I've trapped a hose. So I'm going to have a look at that, aren't I, really? So I'm going to have to split, or I'm going to have to do a couple of videos, because of course I haven't done anything with the bodywork yet, because I've been tied up doing IT stuff. So still want to get out on the 600 a bit and use it a bit. It's just such a great bike. I mean, it runs really well. Got some clunking on the front. Headstock bearings aren't loose, but there's quite a lot of noise coming from the front end under braking. So the brakes are a bit spongy. I'm going to have to do something with that. I don't know whether that's fluid. Might need pads. I don't know how long it is since they've been changed. But yeah, so I want to get some, I want to have a look at the brakes. The throttle is a bit meh, you know, for want of a better description. There seems to be quite a lot of free play before anything happens. I really don't like that. So yeah, I need to have a bit of a look at that as well. And it's like I say, the other thing is just this clunking noise coming from the front, which it makes you think there's something loose, but I don't think there is. You know, we did all the checks before we went for the MOT, and as I say, the headstock bearings aren't loose. I know you can get a lot of rattle off the brake calipers, but you know, you shouldn't get anything when you're braking. So yeah, we need to have a bit of a look at that. So I think what I'm going to do this morning, first thing this morning, is strip this down a little bit and run it up to temperature and see if we can't find out why we've got this coolant leak, because I've been out on it before, and you know, I've done trips of over 100 miles in one hit and nothing. It's not done it before, so it's I think it's got to be probably something I've done. But yeah, it's a fab bike. Oh, it's so quick. I love it. Anyway, so yeah, let's crack on with this first, and then this afternoon will probably be another video where I do some more of the bodywork, which has really got to be caught up on. So yeah, thanks very much for sticking with me. Oh, I would just say, we hit 5,000 subscribers a few days ago, which is fantastic news. So people, you know, quite clearly are enjoying the videos, which is great. I mean, I think it's just brilliant. You know, these bikes from the 90s, late 80s and 90s have got such a lot to offer. And, you know, the more encouragement I can give to people to go out and get them, prep them, keep them on the road, the better. You know, who knows where we're going to go with the electric revolution or whatever they call it now. The night before I commuted to the office, my lovely wife said to me, look, you know, why don't you just take it around the block for a bit, you know, just make sure it's all right before you head off to the city, and you know, in all that traffic, just make sure it's all right. So I took her advice and went. I thought, well, it's virtually empty fuel anyway, so I'm going to have to go to the garage. So I went into Market Drayton and filled it up. And I know we're in the middle of a petrol crisis, but you know, I put E5 in it because I'm wary of the E10 in the older engines, and it was over £2 a litre for the E5 at the Shell garage, and it cost me £33 to fill the bike up. £33. It used to be the cheap option running the bike. I couldn't believe it. You know, that was as much as filling up a small car 10 years ago, surely. So, my gosh, you know, it's the fuel prices they're just crazy. And maybe they're ultimately trying to price people off. You know, the conspiracy theorist in me says maybe it is just they're doing everything they can to really price petrol and diesel cars off the road. I mean, I'm fortunate that my diesel car, I can squeeze 70 miles per gallon out of it, which is not bad for a 2-litre BMW, but you know, you have to drive it really conservatively to get that. Anyway, let's crack on. Let's get this stripped down and then run it up to temperature and see what's up with it. Thanks very much for sticking with me, and if you're one of the new subscribers, welcome to the channel. You're very welcome to be here. Thanks very much. level definitely dropped since I went out on it. There's still some water in the expansion bottle, but that level is definitely seeming low. I'm just going to whip that so I don't risk breaking it. Whip that off. I think then we'll run it up and get it warm. See that the thermostat has opened because the temperature's dropped slightly again, so we must be nearly there with the fan coming on. Let's keep going. So you can hear the fan on now. Still no obvious signs of anything leaking at all. The engine's completely dry. Nothing coming out of the expansion tank. The bits of water you can see in there now are from me filling up from the rad cap at the top there. I don't know, should we leave it running a bit longer? Can you see that? Water creeping out from under the expansion bottle. Oh yeah, look at it go. There you go, there's our leak. What do you think? Bust expansion bottles. Yeah, I would say that's coming out the bottom of the expansion bottle. So, looks like eBay this afternoon to try and find a new expansion bottle. You can see it's leaking quite a bit now. You see it from this side, if you can just make it out there, the big wet patch under the expansion bottle. I mean, it looks in a bit of a sorry state anyway, so it's going to have to come off and be replaced. Oh yeah, there you go, you can see a nice big puddle there. And I imagine, I mean, it's been running now for about 20 minutes, 25 minutes at temperature, and you know, my journey home, my commute home was probably 40 minutes, something like that, you know, through quite heavy traffic to start with on the way home. So, you know, the bike can get really quite hot. Doesn't it run well though? You know, I think a lumpy tick over. I think maybe carbs need balancing, but we'll worry about that at another time. So, yeah, okay, so I think what I'll do now is just see if I can't bleed the brakes through, see if we can improve that front brake lever. The problem I've got with it is, just show you, that first pull, see it's almost all the way back to, well it is, it's virtually on there, but then if I pump it, see there, I've got like a inch or more now. And then if I leave it again, it'll back off, and it's almost touching the thing, so I'm having to pump it, you know, when I'm riding. So yeah, we'll just have a quick look at that. I'll whip this off, see how much brake fluid's in there, and we'll see if we can't get the bleed nipples, see if they're free, and bleed it through. Okay, stick with me. Okay, here's a quick tip for you. These screws are notoriously difficult to get out. You can see they're here. It's already had a bit of a battering off somebody. I've given it a bit of a, I gave them both a little bit of a WD-40. This one came out, it's quite okay. This one, solid, won't move at all. Right, so I do have an impact driver, but unfortunately I can't find my end for it. Damn it. So, another thing you can try, if you've got a seized bolt, rather than just try and butchering it with a screwdriver, just bob it on. Like this, you can see what I'm doing. Yeah, and tap it on the top. Don't try turning it. Just put the screwdriver in the head and just lightly give it a tap. You're not trying to smash it. What you're trying to do is just loosen the threads of the screw in the housing. And it's like I say, give it a bit of WD-40 as well. Just see if that has helped. There you go. Job's jobbed. Just turn the handlebars so you don't get any brake fluid leaking everywhere. Let's whip these out, see what it looks like. Not too bad actually. Oh dear. That is well skanky. It's got to go. So next thing is we'll see if we can get the bleed screwed open and we'll get all of that out. Obviously getting a bit of help this morning. Right, so let's just have a look. See if we've... Oh yeah. Great. Now... let me just go grab a torch and we'll check the parts. Okay, so let's just have a look. That's well dirty, and you can see it's got like a film along the top of it as well. Now that might be some of the stuff that I've had in this jug before, but it's definitely not right. So I've used dot 4, and it wasn't a new bottle, it's just what I had in the cupboard. I haven't got a new bottle, an unopened one. But let's just have a look at this. So you can see you've got quite a few different points for bleeding here, and this goes down to the anti-dive unit from there. So you've got to bleed it there, you've got to bleed the anti-dive unit, you've got at least one on the brake caliper. I think there should be another one there, you know, and I think it's broken off and somebody's put something in that, which might be why it's a bit soft. If you look on the other side, yeah, you've got two. You've got one there, you've got the top one there, and again the anti-dive. So, you know, there's a lot that you can get air in. Let's just have a look at the handle now. And it's still, well, that's not bad actually. Yeah, so, yeah, that's a big improvement. I think though, I'm going to stick some brake pads in it, and I'll get a new container of dot 4 brake fluid, and then we'll do it all again with the new pads in. They're quite worn, so it's probably that, you know, there's quite a bit of travel in there anyway, but I'm really quite pleased with that. That's better than it was before. What else do I want to have a look at? Yeah, maybe that just needs a bit of a tweak up. Great, well that's the brakes sorted anyway, so I just need to get on eBay and see if I can find a header tank or reservoir for the belly pan there. I don't want to get the other one out yet because I haven't got anything to clamp off the line, so it'll go everywhere. Okay.